You guys remember the Joseph Barker construction that have been going on in Foya? The quote unquote $10 million building, that have been going on in Foya, where you're seeing oppositions left and right, critics have been accusing the president of building a private home worth at least 10 million US dollars in his hometown. And that accusation has been going on for some time now, for months. And this is very, very shocking to me, or surprising to me at least. The government have finally breaking, their silence on the project. According to the statement released by the government, saying that number one, the building is now worth 10 million. The building is worth $6.1 million. Number two, the building is not a residential building. It is a what? It is a conference hall. The people that are out there that still believe that this is a what? A presidential palace, right? All you have to do now is wait and see. Because for me, the answer that I was looking for, here, when the people that are accusing you of corruption or doing something wrong, at least come outside and say something. If you come outside and say that, no, this building is not a residential palace. This is a government building. It's for the government of Liberia. What more answer can you get than that? The statement reads that the building is for the government of Liberia. We're building it, it's a conference hall. Yes, it's being built in Foya. You can say that, oh, the president was biased and they have to take that building all the way to Foya. Maybe, but it is a government building and Foya is part of Liberia. If it is being built in Foya, so what? What is wrong with that, right? There are people that say that, oh, what about the contractors? The people that are building that building, the contractors. Why was the contract given to the contractors? Those contractors, they have some type of connection with the president. Contract like that should be given up for bidding process for other contractors to go and bid for it. You should not just, hand select a contractor to go do a contract like that. That is a conflict of interest, bro. Now you're looking for small. I understand what you're trying to say, but now you're looking for small problems. Like you're just trying to make problem out of nothing. First, you say the man is building a residential home, and now the government is now coming also telling you that it's not a residential home. It's actually a symposium. It's actually a conference hall. It's a building for meeting, right? Hosting high-level delegates from other part of the world that are coming to Liberia, right? That's what it's for. A meeting for hosting, Mano River Union meetings and conferences, right? This is what it's for, and it's strategic. So they give you the reason why they are building it in Foya, because it's a strategic location and it makes sense. And then the reason why they were not answering the question first when you started accusing them, they're telling you that because it's built in a way, it had to be kept secret until the building, certain part of the building is complete for security purposes, right? All these things are given up for. And you see, making up, how they call it, new problems. Saying that, they just digging more hole by trying to explain themselves. You cannot force corruption on somebody if you not get no evidence. This building here, there is no opposition that have never talked about this building. And when I'm talking about opposition, meaning I'm talking about the CDC oppositions, right? Almost everybody from the CDC side, all the prominent members of CDC have accused Barker of stealing the Labrampo money and building his own house with it. My own man, Yaga Kolba, he has talked about this thing here, money and all that thing. Oh, Barker steal the Labrampo money. He building a house to Foya. And I was like, yo, I have too much respect for Barker, man. I have too much respect for President Barker to just go take $10 million of the Labrampo money and go, even if not take Labrampo money, you become president 2 years later on, you already building a beautiful house in your hometown. It's a big question mark. That's exactly what I said in the previous video we made about this particular, building here. If this is true, it will be a big question mark in his report card. Like, yo, it cannot be true. Barker cannot say that his main target, one of his main target are corruption. Then he comes, then all of a sudden he's building $10 million worth of construction, home in his hometown. Is not possible. And this is exactly what I was talking about. I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm happy that this is exactly what it is. And those of you that are disagreeing to say that, oh, no, not true, that lie. Let's wait and see. We all know what place the building is. That building is a Mano River Union headquarters. Is a conference. It's a conference building. It's not nobody, how they call it, residential building. So at least all we have to do now is to, again, this is one of the things, right? When you are wrong about something, and then you take it on your chin and you accept that you are wrong. And if you're supposed to apologize, you apologize. If you are not somebody that like apologizing, you don't have to apologize. Just accept that you are wrong, right? That makes you a better man or a better woman. It makes you a bigger man or a bigger woman than you just finding new excuse to keep backing your stance. But again, this is what a lot of people think that what it means to be an opposition. It means that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, I have to be an opposition. No, an opposition is supposed to be somebody that is fearless to challenge anything that the ruling party or the ruling group are doing that they don't, feel like it's constitutionally backed or constitutionally right? Fearlessly. And talk about it. But at the same time, if you find out that yes, what you thought is not the case, come out and say yes. This is right. I was wrong. This is right. But then we move on to the next. Just because I was wrong does not mean that I will not challenge you. I will not criticize you in case you attempt doing another thing again. If I was an opposition, meaning if I was one of the CDC members, I would have definitely accused the president and the government of corruption for the building of this building that we are talking about, because they were not answering anything. And they have security officers to the building. They're stopping people from having access to the building. This is why people have to send drone over the building to take pictures and leak it online, because the security wouldn't allow anybody to have access to the premise. According to the statement, they say for security reasons. Is it true? Maybe yes, maybe no. But I'm saying is that the oppositions were right to accuse you guys of doing something wrong. Now, making up stories like, that $10 million worth of building and that a man residential home, all these things, I don't know where they get it from. But to start criticizing you, start questioning you, what is that you are building? What is that? They were in there, right? So again, the government have come and released the statement. Now it is the time for the opposition to take their L, take their loss, to say that, yes, we were wrong. It is not a residential building. The government have said it. It's not a residential building. It's a conference hall. It's a conference building, right? It's a building that you can even call the Mano River Union headquarters, right? But it's not a presidential residence. Take that L and move on to the next criticism. You shouldn't stop criticizing, but criticize with logic and honor.
Like, follow, and subscribe.